Apollo. I can't. Sun. Excuse me. Hey guys, it's KL. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to go over some of the skincare products that I use and love. So if you guys don't know this about me, for years, like when I was young, I had really good skin, never broke out. My skin was like a little baby's bottom. And then after high school, when normal people are breaking out, I think I was like 20, like sometime early 20s, maybe like 21 to 22. I had really bad acne, like very bad cystic acne on my cheeks. It was like all over, on my chin, everywhere, just like traumatic. And if you have been an acne sufferer, if you've had bad skin or bouts with bad skin, you understand the struggle with that. I struggled with that for years, and finally now, like obviously my skin is cleared up. I am still left with some scarring, which I, wear proudly. My skin's been through some shit, so it just is what it is, and I love my skin. It's doing really well these days. I'm really happy with it, so I'm not ragging on my skin at all. You do not have to have perfect skin to have good skin. That's what I've learned. But I did want to share a few things that I use that I am absolutely obsessed with and that don't ever bother me or break me out. I have actually I still use like a bunch of things. My skincare wardrobe is giant. Like I have a lot of options, and I do rotate things out. I don't use the same thing all the time because I do think sometimes it's good to kind of switch up your skincare, keep your skin guessing, all that good stuff. But I will say that like a huge bulk of my skincare these days is Korean skincare. I am literally obsessed. Anything that the K-pop stars are doing to keep their skin flawless, I am doing it because their skin looks incredible. Like, I wish that I had been doing Korean skincare my whole life, because I probably would have never had my skincare issues or my flare-ups, and my actual skin barrier wouldn't have been as damaged. And that's kind of what I'm dealing with now from all the years of abuse of like attacking it with all of these things that I didn't need. Anyway, I digress. I wanted to kind of highlight, I use a bunch, and I don't use these all at once, but I will kind of explain a little bit about what each of them are and why I love each product. These are actually things that I personally use and I love. Like I said, I don't use them all every day, but I do 6 to 12 steps with my skincare. I am not cheap on the skincare regime, okay? Typical Korean skincare is like 12 steps. So I know that America here, we're more like 3 to 4 steps. Sometimes people just 1 step, 2 step. But no, I'm up into the 6 to 12 step, and I am a firm believer, and I'm proof that that actually does help. So moving into it finally, one of my first favorite things to show you guys is one of my cleansers. This is the Amorepacific Treatment Enzyme Cleansing Foam. I love this one because it is a really thick, frothy foam. Like, it is thick. She is thick. Like, this stuff foams up and like creates this fluffy cloud on your face. Like, it literally feels like luxury when you're washing your face, like a pillow. It also has green tea, hyaluronic acid, probiotics, all that good stuff. And enzymes actually kind of eat away the top layer, but gently, not like an acid. So yeah, I love this guy. So there's that one. Now this is something that is kind of a similar item. It's also a cleanser, but it is a powder enzyme cleanser. This is the Treatment Enzyme Peel Cleansing Powder. It's also by Amorepacific. This is like a water activated powder to foam kind of exfoliator, but it's really gentle. It has green tea enzyme, so it kind of gently washes away. This one is new, so I'll just open it up for you guys. This is really cool because it's a dry powder, and you can mix however much you want with water and kind of make your own consistency. So it looks like this. I'll kind of get a little closer. And then it's like a dry powder in here, so you literally just shake some onto your hand, mix it with water, and then gently rub on your face. I love this because it doesn't feel like sandpaper on my face. It's super gentle. Even if you have very sensitive skin, you could use this, and I use it like once a week or so, nothing more than that. It says you can use it daily, but my skin, I don't really need to use a peel or like an enzyme thing every day. I feel like I use so many. I do use acids, I do use retinol, so like I'm not trying to like strip my skin, you know. Okay, so now on to maybe, possibly, quite possibly, my most favorite thing I have ever bought with pertaining to skincare. I swear to God, like if I had to choose one thing that has like, I absolutely am obsessed with, this would be it. So this is also by Amorepacific. I swear to God, this is not an Amorepacific ad. They did not pay me to say this. I just like a lot of their stuff. This is the Vintage Single Extract Essence by Amorepacific. So it looks like this. The reason why I love this essence is essences in general are just kind of top of the line. It's the best thing you can get. It's like a toner, but like American toners are like very stripping, and a lot of the times they're like alcohol based. Korean toners or like essences, it's kind of like a toner and a serum had a baby, and they're more about balancing the skin and hydrating, not necessarily astringents. So it's totally different. It's like a first layer of like balancing and hydration in a skincare line. So this goes on right after I cleanse. I am obsessed with this. The reason why I love it so much is because it is a single ingredient essence. So that means it's like pretty much one thing with a couple things that keep it stable. In America, in Korea, it's actually just one thing. It's just green tea, but it's a very specific green tea that's only grown on the island of Jeju off of Korea. It's harvested there. It's picked by hand only at like sunrise. It's like a ritualistic thing. Then it is fermented underneath the ground for 100 days. Like it takes 100 days to make it. So it like ferments and does its thing. It is loaded with antioxidants because of the green tea. It's a very, very high yield of antioxidants, and because of the fermentation, it's just kind of like enhanced and boosted. This is basically good for everybody, for anything. It's good for like darkness, lines, irritation, soothing, hydration, all of it. Anyone can use this. I love this product. It literally just feels like so soothing. It's not even, there's no burn, there's no anything, it's not sticky. It just literally feels like you're kind of like literally splashing tea on your face. It's a very expensive tea, but that's kind of what it feels like. It's amazing. I love it. And it is expensive. This is maybe the most expensive thing that I have that I use, but honestly, and I'm just gonna go ahead and also say this, like I totally understand if people can't like spring it. I get it. Like there are times when I can't spring it either, and I get cheaper things as well. No problem. It's not an issue. But if you can and you like a luxury product, this is definitely a go-to for me. It has changed my skin. I swear, just like because I use retinols and because I use acids, my skin sometimes is a little dry, it's a little chapped, it's a little irritated. My skin barrier is probably like all jacked up. This actually helps calm it down. I feel like I've noticed the biggest change in my skin texture and smoothness and pores from this guy. So yeah, I'm obsessed. It's my favorite. Speaking of essences, so another essence that I love, or essence, I actually kind of use this one more like a serum because it's actually a thicker essence, and it kind of feels more serum-y. This is the Cosrx Advanced Snail Mucin, Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence. It's a really long name. And it looks like this. I would have gotten new ones for you guys of this and something else to show on here, but apparently it was on sale at Ulta for 21 Days of Beauty recently. It was like half off, so they were like sold out, and I'm like, when is it coming back in stock? I didn't even know it was on sale, or else I would have bought it, obviously, because I use it. I didn't know, and I'm really sad about it. Anyway, the price point on this normally is really, really good anyway. It's pretty cheap, honestly. I love this stuff. So like I said, I actually use it with my other like toners or essences. This one I love because it's 96, because it technically, legitimately is 96% snail mucin. Like that's what's in here, is like literally just the goo that snails produce. And so I love anything that has a very, very short ingredient list. My skin does really, really well with things with really short ingredient lists. I do not like lists that are like this long of that I can't even pronounce. So I love that this is pretty much 96 pure of the actual ingredient that I'm looking for. Snail mucin has changed my skin. I am going to do another video on it because I am obsessed with snail mucin, and no snails are harmed in the making of said snail mucin, so don't worry about that either. So yeah, I love this guy. I use like a pump or two. I do use this every day. Sometimes I skip a day if I just feel like I want to, but snail mucin is loaded with good things for our skin. So yeah, love this guy.